Everybody, my name is Owen here. This is my book, my new book, Held and Free. This is the first time I've ever done a screen recording. I just thought I'd try something new. So here's my book, Held and Free, A Soulful Guide to Healing, Sacred Love and Emotional Maturity. Let's have a quick look. There's a dedication to my beautiful family, my mom, my children. I want to show you the table of contents. So I thought this would be a pretty cool idea, okay? So yeah, here we go. There's 4 parts, because a lot of people are interested, and a lot of people who have bought my book have shared it with other people actually, or bought copies for their family members. They've recommended or bought it or want to buy for their children, their 19-year-olds son, their 30-year-old daughter, this, that, and the other. So, anyways, let's skip past that little story and move on to this. So, part 1 is reclaiming inner ground and coming home to yourself. Part 2 is conscious love and sacred union. Part 3 is from protection to connection. So that's like, overcoming tons of the obstacles of a relationship. And part 4 is living aligned. For example, when love doesn't cling, beyond comparison and ego. When letting go is love. That's about exiting, when to exit a relationship. That's like a lovely chapter. So are all the chapters, really, to be honest. Chapter 32 is soulful relating. 33 is when the heart is clear, emotional sobriety and the courage to feel. Looks like my professional formatter put in the subtitle on that one, which is that is the actual title. 34, softer, slower, deeper. 35 is my favorite chapter in the entire book, the sacred art of parenting. This is what touches my heart the most. I'm a dad to 3, a proud second or stepdad, a step-in father to two beautiful souls and young children. Almost a decade ago, when they were 2.5 and 4.5. It was one of the most biggest turning points of my life, and eye-opening, beautiful, magical experiences. Then there's so the sacred art of parenting. Wow, that runs really deep. It's called Sacred Art of Parenting, parenting our children as we reparent ourselves. That's the subtitle. And then there's already whole, and then the golden thread. Yeah, so that's beautiful. So anyway, let me go back to the first chapter, the first section, or part, should I say, reclaiming inner ground, coming home to yourself. That's a lovely, 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 beautiful beginning to the book, I have to say. The first 5 chapters really, really are very powerful. And to be honest, I think the first 11 chapters, all of those, but that chapter 4, that is like one of the most poignant, prominent, powerful, and potent chapters of the entire book. Whew! That just makes me click my fingers. And the other one would be, that's obviously the art of conscious parenting, but the other would be in chapter 3, from protection to connection, would be chapter 22, words that wound, words that heal. Wow, that's a very, very deep, powerful, poignant chapter in itself too. All the mistakes. Whereas this chapter here on emotional dysregulation, when the storm feels too big to hold, I think we can all relate to that. And that's about creating emotional safety, and it's about the nervous system, brain, and regulation or dysregulation. So that's like, that's all I can say about that. But yeah, chapter 1 made one long-time Facebook friend who I know cry. He definitely he wept. He I won't say he broke down, but he definitely shed a lot of tears in this chapter 1, the sacred foundations of self-worth and self-care. That's a touching chapter, I have to say, and that warms my heart and touches me as well, touches my soul. Chapter 2, emotional maturity and sacred language of feeling. This is something like should be like ABC in that we learn in school. Wow, that's like all about the different all the emotions described in depth, the positive side, the light side, as well as the shadow side, and how to integrate both together as we heal, grow, and mature. Then there's chapter 3, holding big emotions with grace. This is the only chapter so far which I have a free audiobook excerpt. I'm in the middle of making my audiobook at the moment. Sorry, I've already completed it, but I'm in the middle of editing the files. I'm over halfway finished, or just about halfway. So if you want that, just comment down audiobook down below, and I'll send you the audiobook file link, and you can watch it as a beautiful video with beautiful slow moving picture in the background of nature. Tree pictures, it's gorgeous. So yeah, and number 5 is a really, really powerful, wonderful book. I've learned from so many different holistic teachers, relationship coaches, and people who work with trauma, helping people, as well as somatic therapists. So I'm actually work as a a trauma-informed relationship coach. So that means I entail somatic healing, which is body-based. Soma is the Latin word for the body or physical, from what I know. Yeah, so chapter 5, releasing the burden, how the body lets go of what the heart has carried. Ooh, that's a really human chapter. It's deeply essential to know this because we all have a body. So to not know this is like you're missing a gigantic part of the puzzle of life, of how the body works, how it works, what it can be used for, and how it relates especially to emotions and relationships. So that's what that beautiful chapter is about, and I really loved that very much. And I had to do a lot of learning, study, and reflection and living, practicing myself for everything in this entire book. You know, I used to be struggling and lost and overwhelmed and stressed out so much, quite a fair few years ago. And yeah, me and my wife, the two of us, our relationship was messy, it was difficult, it was challenging. There's a lot of dysregulation and communicational errors and misunderstandings and a lot of reactions. We'd broken up many times over, more than I probably remember to count. I think it was around 7 times or so. It could have been 8, I don't really know at this stage. But here we are living in Bali now with a lovely, safe home, with our 3 kids, and living very connected with each other and our kids now, with safety, love and happiness and connection and peace. So nothing in the world is as important to me as this. If you'd like to have a look or a free listen of my audiobook, just go to owenfox.org/free gifts, and there's a bunch of freebies there, including audiobook recordings that I personally narrated myself. You might really enjoy some of the main topics and hardest challenges in relationships over there, such as self-abandonment, communication, and also dysregulation, as well as conscious parenting, and when it's time to potentially leave a relationship. Okay, lots of love and blessings.